Good morning. Welcome. This is Gerald Rogers, the founder of the Live Big Breakthrough Process and the Mentor Academy. I am deeply honored to take this time to guide you through a process about activating greater abundance in your life. I feel like there's so many areas that we seek to grow and experience transformation in, but I find that the one that people are always most interested in is, how do I make more money? How do I create more wealth? How do I create more abundance? And as we sit in this space, I'm going to invite you right now to just check in what you're currently experiencing around wealth and abundance. And just note, are you experiencing already flow and ease and joy and abundance and more money than you know what to do with? Or is it possible that maybe there's also some friction or some stress or some anxiety? Do you notice that sometimes you show up in a space where money is a source of frustration rather than joy? Whatever it is, if you're already in that space of joy and abundance, fantastic. This call will just expand and amplify that. If you still notice yourself in a space of resistance and fear or stress, my hope is that this call will be one that you can listen to over and over again to help you reprogram your mind to be more in alignment with the field of abundance that's around us all the time. And I know for me, growing up, I grew up in a household where there are 8 kids. My dad was a good man, but he really struggled with business. It seemed like he was always going from business to business and job to job and trying new ideas, and it never seemed to work out the way that he expected them to. And so as a result, my mom also, she, most of the time when I was growing up, had 3 different jobs, but even with that, I think we never really made it above the poverty line as we were growing up in Minnesota. They were amazing at providing the necessities for us, but there was always this underlying stress around money and this feeling that we can't afford it. And I remember growing up, it was so rare for us to even go out to eat. Like if maybe once a year we would go out to a restaurant like McDonald's or something. It was such a big deal, you know. I never ever got new clothes. It was always hand-me-downs. And so there was this underlying feeling that while there was enough to have what we needed, there was never enough to have what we wanted. And so the constant story growing up was that we don't have the money. And it's interesting because I think every one of us that's listening to this call right now, we've grown up with these different stories around us. We've grown up in situations where, maybe your parents had a lot of money and maybe they didn't. Maybe it was a peaceful, joyful conversation, or maybe it was one where there was a lot of stress and tension and frustration around money. But whatever that is, we all had these originating beliefs about money and about what it meant. And subconsciously, that laid a blueprint for how we interacted with and how we experienced money, even to this very day. And so right now, I'm just going to invite you to peel back your mind and just allow yourself to see what current blueprints you're creating with. What are the current belief systems that are generating your current experience around money? And to do this, I want you to kind of look at just what your existing results are right now. What have been the patterns that have been showing up for you around finances and wealth? Do you notice yourself constantly struggling to get by or in debt? Do you notice yourself having a roller coaster experience with money where you make a lot of money and then you lose it or you spend it all? Do you notice yourself carefully putting money away and saving it for retirement? What is it about your current experience that you can look at and say, wow, this is a reflection of what's underneath the surface? And remember, the roots underneath the surface are what generate the fruits above the surface. So you want to know what the roots are just look at the fruit that you're currently experiencing. What are the fruits that you've been experiencing? And look at it. Can you identify, as you look at that, perhaps some things around your experience with wealth and abundance that you want to shift or change? Can you see some things that you want to upgrade and develop? Or can you see some patterns that you want to get rid of altogether because you know that they're not serving to create the life that you wanted? And so as I grew up with this kind of deeply ingrained scarcity mindset, I noticed that once I got older, I became really passionate about being an entrepreneur. But being an entrepreneur, it thrust me into this position where I sometimes make a lot of money, but because these underlying beliefs were still lingering, I noticed that I constantly sabotaged myself long term. And I'd make a lot of money, and once I had a lot of money, I'd either spend it all or I'd, make some bad investments and I'd lose that money. And the reason why we do this is because we all have within us kind of a financial thermostat. So there's a book called Cybernetics that explains this process really well. In Cybernetics, the author Maxwell Maltz talks about how our mind is like a cybernetic mechanism, like a thermostat, and it's constantly receiving information and creating our internal reality because of that. So just like a thermostat, if the thermostat is set for 72 degrees, if it's really hot outside, if you open the doors, then of course the temperature in the room might go above 72 degrees, but once that happens, the thermostat kicks in, the air conditioner turns on, and it brings it back to that standard temperature. Likewise, in regards to winter, if it's cold, doors open, it could drop below 72 degrees, but what happens? Thermostat kicks in, heat turns on, and brings it back to that status quo. Now, each of us, whether we know it or not, has an internal financial thermostat which works similar to this, which means if you have a certain financial amount that you're comfortable with, if you all of a sudden have a huge windfall, lots of money comes in, whether through a big contract or you win the lottery or you inherit a bunch of money, subconsciously our brain feels uncomfortable, and so it has to get rid of that money to bring us back to what is normal. And you've heard the stories about people that have won the lottery, where they all at on average within 3 years, right? They've, on average, and the majority of people are back to where they started or worse. Now, the same's true if all of a sudden you are in the hole and you need to come up with money to be able to pay for your rent or pay for your lifestyle. What happens is, because it's your financial thermostat kicks in, you get creative and you work really hard and you find a way to bring in some money. And therefore, you're able to maintain the status quo. So this is all part of your internal financial blueprint. Now, as you look at this, what I want you to do is just take a moment right now to identify the things that you know need to shift, need to be upgraded, the things you want to let go of forever. In a moment, I'm going to be taking you through a quick process, which I call abundance activation. And really, the abundance activation process is about magnetizing you so that you attract more of what you want, and clearing out some of the limiting beliefs or the fears or the doubts that keep you from fully experiencing the abundance that you deserve, so that you can create long-term and sustainable wealth, so that you are able to magnify the opportunities that are around you every single day to create wealth and abundance, so that you become a value creator and one that is able to easily and confidently create all the abundance that you want. So with that, what are the things that you would like to get rid of? And this is where it's helpful to take a moment and to journal what limiting beliefs around money exist in your current blueprint. Do you notice that you have a belief that says money is hard, or you're not good at managing money, or it's difficult for you to create money? Do you notice the belief that there's not enough money, that no matter what you do, it feels like you're always behind? Do you notice any of these other limiting beliefs around wealthy people being greedy or snobs? Or do you notice a belief that says business is difficult or complicated, or that you're not good at sales? Right now, I'm just going to invite you to look at any of these weeds that might exist in your garden, because in a moment, we're going to have you imagine that you're plucking those weeds and you're planting some new seeds in your garden that are more in alignment with the fruit that you desire to create. And this is really important, because this visualization process occurs. What's really happening is we're rewriting your core blueprint so that when you go out this week and are focusing on growing your business, you'll notice that it's easier and easier to attract your ideal client. It's easier and easier to enroll them into all of the possibilities of working with you and what that means for them. It's easier and easier for you to now receive that money and that wealth and abundance into your life, and to allow yourself to magnify and magnetize that wealth and abundance without any resistance. And so as we go through this process, even though we're just using this metaphor of the garden, what we're really doing is helping create alignment in your soul and spirit so that you can easily create the wealth and abundance that you desire. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you to just take a big deep breath in. Now, if you're in a situation where you can sit back and relax, I'm going to invite you to just be able to close your eyes and be deeply present. If you're driving right now, obviously I do not recommend you closing your eyes, but I recommend you going back at a time where you can listen to this and go through this process in full. But we're going to go ahead and begin. And I'm going to have you go ahead and just take a big deep breath in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. And as you close your eyes, just allow yourself to get really present. With each breath, you breathe in more peace and hope. As you exhale, you simply let go of anything that doesn't serve right now. And as you breathe in, just breathe in more abundance and strength and possibility. And as you exhale, just let go of anything that keeps you from showing up as your highest and best self. And in this moment, I'm going to invite you to really experience being your highest and best self. That version of you that is unlimited. That version of you that is infinite in power, in courage, and in strength. Allow yourself right now to feel this energy coursing through your veins, feeling deeply connected to Source. And from this space, you're able to have clarity. Clarity in terms of the patterns that you've been operating with, clarity in terms of some of the limiting beliefs, some of the fears, some of the doubts that you've experienced in the past. And I want you to look at the patterns that you've had around money. Just imagine that you're looking at your garden, the garden that represents your life. You're looking out of the garden and you recognize that there's been some things that have been like weeds for you. Things that have kept you from experiencing the full level of abundance and joy and freedom that you desire. And just allow yourself to see those weeds clearly. And once again, maybe it's a belief that says there's not enough money, or money's hard, or I can't control my money, I'm not good at investing, business is difficult or overwhelming, or whatever the other defaults or limiting beliefs might be that have grown weeds in your garden. Just look at your life at the things that you are ready to let go of now. The things you're ready to change once and for good. Just allow yourself right now to see in this garden all of these weeds that are ready to be plucked and ready to be removed. And I want you to imagine in this moment that you feel this commitment, this desire to change the blueprint that you have around money once and for all, to get rid of these gardens right now. And so I want you to imagine in your mind's eye that you're going and you're plucking each of these weeds, all of these things that have generated fear or frustration or stress around money, that have made you feel like you can't have what you want. And allow yourself in this moment, as you pluck all of these weeds, just imagine you're piling them up in a great big pile. All the belief that says, I can't do it, or money is difficult, or there's never enough money, or I'm not good at making money. Whatever those beliefs are, just imagine you're yanking those all up, and you're pulling them up, and you're putting them in a great big pile. And just look around your garden just to see if there's any other weeds that are keeping you from experiencing what you want. And just imagine you're pulling them all out right now. And you're placing them in this great big pile. And in this moment, as you have all of these weeds placed in the pile, you realize that right now you have a choice. You have a choice to keep these beliefs and keep these limits, or to get rid of them once and for all right now. And right now you decide that it's time to let these limiting beliefs go. It's time for you to claim your freedom and your abundance once and for all. And so I want you to imagine in your mind's eye that you get to destroy this giant pile of weeds. And I want you to imagine you're dousing them with gasoline and you're taking a match and you light the match right now, knowing that this is your moment to release these limiting beliefs and fears, all of these things that are holding you back once and for all. And as you hold this match, you realize that this is the moment that you step into a greater alignment and activating the field of abundance around you. And right now you throw that match on the fire, and the fire begins to swell. And the fire burns and burns, and you watch as all of these limiting beliefs of all of these weeds that have been in your garden, they all vanish. And you watch all of those weeds burn. You see the ashes going up to the sky. You see the fire swelling. And now it's gone. And in this moment, you feel completely free. And you look at this garden and this black place where these limiting beliefs used to be, and you see the soot that now becomes rich, fertile soil for you to create some new possibilities. And right now in this moment, I want you to just think of this garden that you have and the rich abundance that can be created here. And I want you to look around and you recognize that you already have so much abundance. So many ways in which money has shown up as a powerful tool, an amazing resource. So many ways in which you've already been an amazing creator. And you've been able to attract wealth and abundance. And you see all of this evidence and fruit that you already know how to create wealth. You already know how to create abundance. And now with these weeds gone, you have an opportunity to create even more and more and more alignment with everything that you want. And now in this beautiful moment, you look at this fertile garden and you think of the fruit that you want to create, the freedom that you want to have, all of the things that you would love to do with the unlimited abundance that you're attracting now. And in this beautiful moment, I just want you to imagine that you see clearly the vision of what's possible, the home that you desire to live in, the car that you desire to drive, the places that you desire to travel, the things you want to learn, the experiences you want to have. and the ways that you desire to serve. And you realize that each one of these things requires abundance and wealth. And you know that within this fertile garden, you have the ability to create and attract all of those things. And so right now, in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine that you're going and you're planting these new seeds of abundance with these new beliefs. And in your mind's eye, as I say these words, repeat them and own them and receive them. I am a powerful creator. And you plant that seed in the ground and you see that begin to grow. It's easy for me to create wealth and abundance. And you plant that seed in the ground and it begins to grow. Money is easy to make. And with each of these beliefs, you keep planting the seeds. I am a money magnet. I create massive value in the world. I love to share my gifts. And people love to pay me for the gifts that I have. There is unlimited abundance around me at all times. I manifest all the abundance that I could possibly need or desire. I love creating wealth. I manage my money carefully and wisely. I am an excellent steward of all that I'm given. My money expands and grows day after day. I am amazing at enrolling people into the products and services that I offer. I am great at business. Business is easy. I constantly attract incredible opportunities into my life. And I am a powerful creator. And right now, in this beautiful moment, you see those plants begin to grow in your garden. And I want you, in your mind's eye, just imagine that you're traveling forward in time, watching yourself carefully nurture these seeds, tending your garden, making sure that any time one of those limiting beliefs, one of those weeds pops up, you just remove it immediately and reinforce the belief of what's true. And I want you to, in your mind's eye, imagine that as you're nurturing and caring for and loving this garden, as you're out there working deliberately every day to give more and more value away in this planet, to serve more and more people with your business, to connect with people that have a problem, that have a challenge, and you're there to serve them and to support them and to recognize that money is a reflection of the value that you give, and you're amazing at giving and creating value. And you see all of these people that are seeking for what you have. They're looking for your wisdom and your expertise. They're looking for the solutions that your product and service provides, and see all of these people being drawn towards you right now. And in your mind's eye, as you fast forward into the future, you see all of these people come to you, every one of them paying you money for what you offer them. And allow yourself to feel this money grow and expand as you receive this money and as you give value. And allow yourself right now to feel your heart and mind expand and grow even stronger and even brighter, knowing that abundance is your birthright. That you were born to experience this sort of wealth and freedom. And then with that freedom, you manage all of those resources carefully and wisely. And with that, you focus on the things that matter most. And right now in your mind's eye, I want you to fast forward even further into the future, 3 months, 6 months, a year down the road, seeing yourself constantly planting these new seeds, offering more and more value, becoming better and better at what you do. And you are right now being magnetized So all of this money and all of this opportunity and all of this abundance is flooding into your life. It's all coming, and you feel that vibration of wealth circulating within you. Feel that incredible feeling of confidence, knowing that you are the master of the money that you create. And feel how good it feels right now to receive and to give and to do the things that you want with your money. Allow yourself right now to feel aligned with all that you desire. And I want you to see that picture of in your mind's eye of where you'll be 1 year from today. I want you to feel that and receive that and experience as though it's right now. You take a big deep breath in. And as you breathe in, just allow yourself to experience so much joy and so much possibility. And allow yourself right now to rewind and come back to this day and recognize that this garden of yours, it's already yielding some of the fruit of abundance. But now with all of these new seeds being planted and all those weeds being ripped out, you feel even more possibility and potential than ever before. You feel your soul's been activated and ready to experience more abundance than ever, because you know that you are worth it, that you deserve it, and that you can create whatever you want. In a moment, I'm going to have you open your eyes, breathing in and accepting this new reality of abundance. Number one, feeling this energy flowing through your mind, feeling this joy and passion, this enthusiasm, feeling just so excited to be alive. And in this moment, you remember that your wealth, the wealth that you receive, is a reflection of the value that you give. And right now in your mind's eye, you start thinking about the things you can do to start creating more success. You think of the skills and things you want to master and grow and see yourself developing more and more capacity for wealth every single day. See yourself becoming better at business and better at sales and better at all of the things required to create the level of abundance that you desire. And you focus on service because you remember at the heart of it, every dollar you receive is going to come because you serve someone. And you focus on serving and being the best in the world at what you do. And you recognize that there's people all around you every day that need what you have to offer. And as you are out there sharing your gifts, and you're out there marketing and bringing these people to you, with every person that comes to you, with every person that is seeking for your problems, seeking for your solutions, every single person that comes is another person that you get to serve and to offer what you have. And you just get so excited because money is such an easy game. It's so easy and so fun. Just allow this lightness to flow through your body and system. And recognize how all of the stress is now gone. All of the fear is now gone. All the scarcity is now gone. And replaced with just this infinite feeling of ease and flow and joy and abundance. And just allow yourself to receive that right now. And on the count of 3, I'm going to have you open your eyes. And as you open your eyes, I'm just going to have you imagine that you're stepping in today as your highest and best self, ready to create, ready to celebrate and to love your life. Number 1, feeling this joy flooding through your body, feeling this excitement to create, this excitement to take care of your garden, to nurture this and see all of the things that happen. Number 2, feeling as though your mind and your heart and your soul has been cleansed in this crystal clear brook. On the next number 3, you'll open your eyes wide awake. I invite you to say the word power as an anchor to you, reminding you that you have the power to create your reality because you are a powerful creator. On the count of 3, open your eyes, say the word power. 1, 2, 3. Power! Allow that to flood your system and your mind. Just feel how grateful you are to be alive. Now in this moment, as you are here, I'm just going to invite you to get clear on what it is you're choosing to create. What's one action that you can do within the next 24 hours to start experiencing more wealth and abundance in your life? Are there people that you feel called to reach out to? Are there things that you feel inspired to create? Right now in this moment, just make those decisions and choose to claim this day as another magical, miraculous, and extraordinary day. The kind of day where it feels like it's a good day to remember you have one life to live. Live big.